immune.
Right. So, I mean, that's a possibility.
There's no test for that, though, right? Like, you can't just draw blood and say, test for an autoimmune disease. How does that work?
Not exactly. There is a test. The problem with the test is it's not very reliable. So if you have lots of false positives, lots of false negatives,
Gotcha.
So it's one of those things where if I have false positives and false negatives, what good is it?
Okay.
So, if you are highly suspicious of an autoimmune disease, then, having that positive test does kind of help give you a little bit of confirmation to, yeah, that's it. But if it comes up negative, you go, well, I still think he's got it.
All right, he's got it. Let's say he's got it. Then is there medicine for that? Or is that just
the prednisone is sort
the
of,
medicine?
Yes.
Okay.
Prednisone is the number one drug that we use to treat for autoimmune problems. So that's the reason I've got him on that.
Okay.
Hoping that that may be somewhat of an issue. The problem that you run into is even if that was and is the case, the damage that's been done here to these wrist, I'll call them, or carpus joints is pretty much irreversible. I mean that those ligaments have been damaged and they're not going to return to normal. There's really, you could possibly, the only thing I know you can do, sometimes we will fuse joints, which is a possibility. To have that joint fused, it's not easy. It does have its issues and complications. And, again, we're basically going to have that foot in one position, and that's it.
Okay, what about the
toe? Nah, that's not
the minor on the grand scheme of all this, I understand.
Exactly, right. So that's probably, is definitely a minor concern. Nothing that I'd be overly worried about. Like I said, here's a big problem. That he just can't support that joint at all.
Is there, anything that we can do outside of medicine, like the water therapy or seeing it? I mean, I'm getting all these suggestions.
Sure.
Water therapy or chiropractor or CBD oil, stuff like that. No?
Yeah, like I said, the problem is we don't have ligaments in here to support that. And without, having
So we
ligaments,
don't need to let him swim.
No, it's not going to help him.
I don't want to do anything to hurt him.
Right. Again, if he were mine, I would be worried about what's comfortable. If he enjoyed swimming, I'd say, okay, let's go swim. If he didn't enjoy swimming, I'd say, I'm not going to put you through it. We'll continue with what we can, and if we develop problems later down the road, then.
As humans, we get shots in our joints.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help?
No, not in his case.
Not in this case. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Sure. I mean, if you've got some type of... Now, I can't fully say without, taking a joint tap and sending it off. But I can tell you that the reason you normally get joints is some type of an inflammatory lesion.
Should we do a joint